Have you ever entered a room and felt every eye silently drawn to you, not because of your clothes or status, but because of your energy, your calm presence, your quiet confidence? Now flip the scene. What if even those who should value you most begin to dismiss you? Ignore your presence and act as if your worth is invisible. But what happens when you stop chasing validation and start standing in your own power? That's when everything shifts. Respect returns, attention refocuses, and the moment they realize you can actually walk away is the moment they begin to fear losing you. True strength is not loud. It doesn't shout to be seen. It simply stands firm and is felt. The risk of walking away isn't about playing games or issuing threats. It's a declaration of self-worth, a quiet revolution of dignity. You're not announcing your departure. You're not performing pain for sympathy. You simply leave with no drama, no confrontation, no emotional theatrics. You keep walking your path, steady, centered, certain. That's when real power begins to radiate from within. Think about it. A partner, a friend, an employer. If they face no consequences for disrespecting you, what incentive do they have to change? But when you silently withdraw your presence, you force them to reckon with this truth. Your presence is not a guarantee. It is a privilege, and the most beautiful part of this act isn't what others learn from it. It's what you teach yourself. You affirm your worth. You choose self-respect over silent suffering. You declare to yourself, I will never let anyone cross the boundary of my peace. That, right there, is self-esteem at its purest. High-value men don't beg for a seat at a table that insults them. They build their own. They don't fear loss because they understand. Fear is the first step toward losing yourself. Instead, they build a life aligned with their values and watch just healthier, more authentic relationships begin to form around them naturally. What you're learning here isn't some social trick. These are the foundational codes of character. We're talking about drawing healthy boundaries, refusing to over-defend, managing your emotional responses, controlling your access, walking away when respect is lost, leading with values and integrity. These 10 principles will anchor you, no longer swayed by the winds of others' moods or motives, but grounded in your own center. And when you move from that center, you don't just gain more respect, you become more peaceful, more magnetic, more in control of your world. And maybe, most importantly, you become proud of who you are. At the end of the day, ask yourself, can I look in the mirror and respect the man I see? If the answer is yes, then the judgments of others become background noise, because the doors of real power and true freedom only open for those who can respect themselves first. 1. Finding value in inner attitude. Many men today lose themselves in the exhausting pursuit of appearing valuable through status symbols, luxury, or exaggerated success. But value isn't something you perform, it's something you build, not on display for others, but within yourself, brick by brick, through quiet discipline. A man whose worth depends on others' opinions is a leaf in the wind, tossed by trends, shaken by criticism. But a man who roots his value internally stands unshaken. even in a storm. When you're not trying to prove anything, that's when people start to feel your authenticity. And let's be clear, authenticity is far more attractive than artificial displays of worth. You walk differently, you speak with grounded calm. You don't seek approval because you've already approved yourself. In relationships, this self-respect is your shield. You don't panic at the idea of loss because you don't equate loss with a lack of value. You know what you bring to the table. You are the table. The moment you stop craving approval from others is the moment others begin to respect you more. People follow those who lead themselves. 2. Carrying silent power. Real power doesn't come with noise. It comes with presence. We've all seen those men who command attention the moment they walk into a room, even before they speak. That's not luck. That's internal mastery. A man who yells to prove his power only reveals his insecurity. But a man who stays grounded in silence, that's power you can feel. His energy precedes his voice. His calm gaze says, "I'm not here to be seen. I'm here because I belong." His stillness speaks louder than noise ever could. This kind of presence isn't built overnight. It's forged through inner discipline, emotional control, and self-awareness. It comes from facing your own shadows and learning not to react, but to respond. People forget what you say, but they never forget how your energy made him feel. That's the quiet authority of true masculinity. 3. Having clear boundaries. A man without boundaries is a man without identity. You cannot earn respect from others until you show respect for yourself. And that starts with knowing what you stand for. What do you tolerate? What do you never accept? Where do you draw the line? Who dares to cross it? If you can't answer those questions clearly, others will treat you like an option because you've made yourself one. Setting boundaries isn't about aggression. It's about self-respect. It's about telling the world, here is where I begin, and here is where I end. And here's the truth. When you set boundaries, people either step up or step out. Either way, you win. Because what you lose in false connections, you gain in authentic ones. The man who draws the line owns the space within it. And when people sense that, they treat your time, your presence, and your energy with more care. 4. Walking away when necessary. Attachment is not always strength. Sometimes it's captivity. A real man doesn't cling to what disrespects him. He walks. No hesitation, no guilt, no need for explanation, just calm exit. Because when the fear of losing keeps you in the wrong place, you've already lost something more important, your self-respect. You don't compromise your honor for a paycheck, a relationship, or a temporary comfort. You know that peace is more valuable than presence. And solitude, sometimes, that's where your deepest power is born. If you're not being valued, you walk. That's not cold. It's clear. That's not cruel. It's courageous. 5. Avoiding unnecessary arguments. Not every battle deserves your sword. Responding to every comment, defending every slight, that's not strength. That's distraction. A powerful man guards his energy. He doesn't waste it proving himself to those who don't matter. When provoked, he stays still. When insulted, he rises above. His silence isn't weakness, it's control. Ask yourself before engaging, what will I gain from this argument? If the answer is nothing, you already know what to do. Let it go. Silence, sometimes, is the loudest proof of power. 6. Building your own world. You weren't born to play background roles in someone else's story. You are the main character in your own. Stop waiting to be invited. Build your world. Define your mission. Walk your own path. The man who has his own universe doesn't chase attention. He radiates it. He doesn't need to be seen. He makes his presence undeniable through purpose and direction. And the truth is, women, friends, and mentors that draw not to need, but to vision, to purpose, to men who are self-led. 7. Owning emotions without being ruled by them. Emotions are powerful, but power must be guided. Anger, joy, sadness, love, they make you human, but letting them control your actions, that makes you reactive. A man who owns his emotions sits with them, learns from them, uses them, but doesn't let them drive the wheel. Emotional intelligence is not about suppression, it's about balance. When you can stay composed under pressure, led through peace, and act without needing to react, you don't just earn respect, you radiate leadership. Now, as we move into the second part of this journey, we'll explore what it truly means to master emotional balance, improve continuously, control your excess, and speak with integrity. If you're ready to keep evolving into a man of true substance, let's turn the page and keep building. As we explored earlier, mastering your emotions is not about suppression, it's about sovereignty. When a man can look inward, own what he feels, and choose his response rather than react, he doesn't just gain peace, he becomes a pillar of strength in a world full of volatility. 7. Owning your emotions without being ruled by them. Emotional balance isn't just a strength, it's a shield. A man who can manage his emotions becomes immune to the chaos around him. He doesn't explode in anger at minor provocations, nor does he let fear dictate his path. He acts with clarity, not compulsion. Controlling your anger, for instance, doesn't just make you more composed, it transforms your communication style, making you someone people trust and respect. Because let's be honest, emotional outbursts don't command attention, they signal insecurity. People, especially women, are drawn to emotional maturity. It signals self-awareness, responsibility, and peace. A man who understands and channels his emotions becomes grounded. He's not a ticking bomb. He's a calm lighthouse in stormy waters. You don't have to erase your emotions. Real power lies in acknowledging them and coexisting with them. Accept your anger, your fear, your joy. Learn from them, but never let them run the show. When your emotions are managed, not bottled, not unleashed, but understood, you begin to radiate presence. And with that presence comes respect. 8. Continuously improving yourself. Self-confidence isn't a one-time achievement. It's a fire you have to feed every single day. Without growth, confidence fades, and with it, your sense of purpose. A man who doesn't invest in himself gradually falls behind, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, but one who chooses progress, who commits to becoming even just 1% better each day, unlocks a version of himself the world can't help but respect. True value doesn't lie only in your gifts, but in your effort to sharpen them. Read, reflect, train your body, heal your mind, nourish your spirit. This isn't just about leveling up, it's about becoming whole. This journey of improvement is not a project with a deadline. It's a lifelong mission, and each moment you choose growth over stagnation, you write your own legacy. A man who adopts self-development as a lifestyle walks differently. He doesn't need to shout his value. It's felt in the way he carries himself. You want to be that man? Keep evolving, keep showing up for yourself, even on days when no one's watching. Because stagnation is the silent killer of potential. Growth, on the other hand, gives your life rhythm, meaning, and direction. 9. Keeping your access limited. Let's make something clear. Accessibility affects perception. If anyone can reach you at any time, people will eventually take you for granted. That's human nature. We undervalue what is always available, but value increases with rarity. A high-value man doesn't need to be constantly seen or heard. His presence, when it arrives, speaks volumes. He creates impact, not through constant exposure, but through intentional appearance. Learn the art of selective visibility. Step back from the crowd sometimes. Let people feel your absence. Let them wonder. Let them miss you. Mystery builds gravity. Presence becomes more powerful when it's not overexposed. Think of it like starlight, beautiful, distant, untouchable. You don't need to be everyone's go-to at every hour. You need to be rare enough to be remembered, respected, and felt. Your time and energy is sacred. When you manage your access, you protect both, and in return, your value multiplies. 10. Keeping your word. You want to know the fastest way to earn trust? Keep your word. It's not about sounding impressive. It's about meaning what you say and doing what you promise. In a world full of empty talk, being a man of your word is revolutionary. Every promise you make isn't just a sentence. It's a signature of your character. When you say, "I'll do it," and you follow through, people see consistency, and consistency builds trust. But here's the flip side. Don't make promises you can't keep. A broken promise breaks more than expectations. It fractures the respect others have for you. Your word should be your contract. Spoken or not, it should carry weight. Your reliability becomes your reputation, and your integrity, that's your true currency in life. So speak with intention, deliver with action, and remember, silence is better than a promise unfulfilled. These 10 principles aren't just tips, they're transformations. They turn noise into calm, dependency into self-worth, aimlessness into purpose. Over time, as you apply them, you'll notice something shift. People won't just see you, they'll feel you, not because of how loud you are, but because of how real you are. You'll no longer be just another face in the crowd. You'll be the man who leads, by example, by presence, by principle. Because respect is not given by chance. It's built, brick by brick, with every decision, every standard, and every word you honor. And remember, power doesn't come from visibility. It comes from authenticity. When you show up as you truly are, no masks, no games, you give the world something rare, something unforgettable. So ask yourself this: when you look in the mirror, can you confidently say, "I would follow that man"? If the answer is yes, then you're already walking the path. And if this video helped clarify that for you, like it, share it, and join the tribe of men committed to mastering their own lives. Subscribe for more content like this. And until next time, stand tall, stay grounded, and never forget where your true power lies. It's always been within you.